Today's the hottest issue seems like the war between Israel and Hamas. While it is important, I wish people also pay attention to the 600 North Korean defectors who just repatriated to North Korea. There are still around 2,000 of defectors who need help to avoid repatriating. As I personally experienced the forced repatriation, today I wanted to talk about it. Forced repatriation causes direct and indirect human rights abuses to those people who escape from North Korea. The first is violation of the right to life. Most of North Koreans solely escape to survive. That was the case for us. After my father passed away because of starvation in 1997, my mom and my older sister left home to find food. At that time, I was 11 years old. I left home alone, and I went without food for 6 days. My situation was so desperate, and I didn't think I would see the sun rise again. I even rode a wheel. Luckily, my mom returned home before I could die. But she said that let us all die together, because she came back with empty hand, with nothing. But death didn't come so easily. So in 1999, I escaped North Korea. And my mom said, if we are going to starve to death here, it's better to be shot death to try to cross the Tuma River. I mean, escaping wasn't about the choice. It was the only way to survive to North Korean defectors. The second violation is the right to renounce our citizenship. North Korean refugees, like all the human beings in the world, they should have a right to renounce their nationality. However, we never have the chance to renounce. Chinese authorities don't ask what we are escaping from. And even if they give a chance to say, it might not safe. Because no matter what we say, the repatriation will going to happen. The third is the freedom of religion. Those who have been involved with church in China are subjected to segregated interrogations. I never saw anyone who faced those interrogations released from detention. Only a small fact that you met a Christian in China, it makes you become political criminal in North Korea. The third is violation of personal liberty. North Koreans who are repatriated often face tortures during interrogations. Everyone is strip searched to confiscate money. Any expression of shame will meet insult and beatings. As North Koreans, we are denied our humanity. Pregnant women, who should be the most protected, are subjected to unspeakable abuse, beatings, in some cases, forced abortions. When my family and I were caught by Chinese police, my mom was breastfeeding my younger brother who was born in China. Because of that, when we were in jail in North Korea, she was almost died of breast inflammations, but she couldn't say anything. If she spoke up what's happening to her, it would only make things worse. You are nothing more than human baggage, as the common phrase used by North Korean regime officers. Forced repatriation is only accompanied by human rights violations in China. In the Chinese border security centers, we are forced to defect in plastic buckets in cells with surveillance. cameras operating 24 hours a day, and sometimes had to listen to the sounds of screams as people were beaten with electronic batons. The human rights violations that occurred during and after forced repatriation are ruthless and dehumanized. The mere possibility of forced repatriation violates the human rights of North Korean defectors in China. My family suffered the unforgettable trauma of my older sister when she was only 14 years old, kidnapped and sexually assaulted by someone from a passing car on the road on the very first night we get into China. We were unable to report it or punish the perpetrator. If we tried to report it, it was obvious the Chinese police caught us and repatriated us to North Korea first, rather than find the criminal or caught the criminal. The constant threat of forced repatriation takes away the voice of North Korean refugees who have not been paid for their labor, who have been abused physically and emotionally. Silencing North Korean defectors are silencing victims at risk of forced repatriation. It creates a vicious circle that enables continue the crimes against them in China. Therefore, stopping forced repatriation is a key element in breaking the cycle of human trafficking, sexual violence, labor exploitation, and other crimes against North Koreans in China, in addition to the direct human rights abuses caused by forced repatriation itself. Forced repatriation can only be stopped by Chinese government. So solidarity between international North Korean human rights organizations, include the United Nations, and the countries that sympathize with it is very important. North Korean refugees are the minority among the minorities in South Korea and in global society. Our voices only can change China. We need you and need the international community to rescue those North Koreans. I wish you shop with us, save my friends, stop repatriation. Thank you.